Hi guys, what is up? I'm Fearless John here to make a video. It's a type of video I've been wanting to make for a while, Companions Top 5 video, and I wanted to do one that has not been used for by like Feisty Orange or the Fearsome Rubber Ducky. So I had a few ideas. This is the first one I wanted to make. And unfortunately, the video itself, because I don't have the knowledge to have the editing stuff, nor like add pictures or stuff like that, the video itself will not be near as good as theirs, but I still want to make one, see if I like it, just to see if I should make some in the future. So this video in particular will be talking about top 5 criminally underrated companions for PvP. These are companions that are very underused, that in my opinion are actually very, very strong. So I will be switching characters around here to show you the characters, the companions, and there was a lot that came really close to coming on my list. It was very hard for me to choose, but I kind of chose them just based off on how little they're used, how strong they are, and also so I could make the video easier, to be honest. So the first 3 companions on the list are actually on Musketeer, which is also one of the most underused classes. So the first one on my list is Wing Chun. Now, I know mine is personally only level 1. Yes, I know that's pitiful. I'm just that lazy. But he's a companion that has always been really strong in my opinion for not only team fights but also 1 versus 1. He has extremely good burst potential with his super, and he has, you know, the multiple big chains. But he's also let's see here. So, I mean, I wish I could show you all the stats and whatnot on him, but he also has his heal, which is very helpful. And I just think that his mix is very strong, sort of very similar to the strength of the goats, but also different. But I would say strength is just about equal with theirs, except he just never gets used. So I definitely think that he would be. He was one of the few the very close ones I couldn't decide whether he should be on the list or not. But he did end up making on there just because I like never see him used, and he's always been one of my champions I hate going against. Like, I've only gone against him probably like 5 times, and I've lost 3 of those matches. So he's very strong. Number 4 on this list is Lewis. This is a champion that has actually been used a lot more than most of the ones on my list, but I'm not only talking about the Musketeer champion himself, but also his crown's counterpart, Pepe. Now, they are both very good 1 versus 1, of course, especially, you know, on your Musketeer, with the utility buffs and whatnot, but also he is one of the best and definitely most underrated team fight companions. Jeremy Nichols is the one that probably uses him most commonly, or uses the counterpart Pepe on the Witch Doctor, and definitely found a lot of success on him in 2 versus 2 and 4 versus 4. And not only is his Overwatch very good, but he can also charge forward with the Witch Doctor or Musketeer and put his bombs down and also provide more pressure, along with protection with his Overwatch for the character. So in any kind of teamfight, if you have a plan for him, he can be one of the best teamfight companions. But he just gets seen so little in teamfights, so that's definitely a shame. Number 3 on this list is one that's always been one of my personal favorites, Duck Holiday. He was always one of my more commonly used champions when I was on my Musketeer against other Musketeers. But even with these new epics, he's even stronger now. I would of course recommend going Burst Fire 2, True Grit 3, and he is just very strong against any kind of Musketeer class, him or his crown's counterpart, of course, but he can just dominate any champion like Bonnie, Chantal, Nausicaa even, as long as he has protection. I mean, he can just stun them up, then he can also do a burst chain on top of it. So I've not seen him get used a single time since I've come back to the game. And even before, I was like one of the few that actually used him, besides just a handful of other musketeers. So very underused, but very strong. People only think about champions like Chancellor Bonnie, but he can destroy either of them if you use him against them. So that's the first three. They're all my musketeer. Now I have to go to my be changing classes here. This is one of the main reasons why this video is so horrible. But and this was also a really tough one too, because this champion I've also seen get used a little bit more lately. But he is still one that I think I really should mention for number 2. So number 2 on this list is go to the last bit of my list. Sabadai. He I did not pronounce that right, but he is a very strong champion for Swashbucklers, and also a really underused companion for the Crowns companions. He not only, like, on your Swashbuckler, you can use him against other Swashbucklers, and it's surprising how effective he can be against champions like Flanders or Toro, or even characters, because once he gets Turn the Tide 2, he's not going to miss against them, even if they have a spirit usually. So not only does he have a very high critical chance, but he just will not miss. Like, that's one particular Swashbuckler used him against me in Swashbuckler 1 vs. 1s, and the first time it happened I kind of thought he'd be very underrated, but it was his character and the horse against me, and his horse just wrecked me, just because I could not dodge him, and then he would critical me and everything. So he is very underused, and also I think he should definitely be bought more in the Crown shop as well. For any classes, like Witch Doctor, you can be very strong on. Buccaneer, he can be very strong on, but it's sort of a option thing, but also Privateer. And even Musketeer, really. All of them, I think he could definitely be a top companion possibility for people you want to buy in the Crown shop. And now for number 1 on this list, I'll be going to my Privateer. And this is one that I've also not seen much use in lately, or since I've come back actually. And he did used to see a lot of use, especially in team fights, but I still think it is horrible how underused he is. If I can get this bird. That bird needs to be quiet. Okay, Bill Peacock. He is, in my opinion, the most underrated companion in the game. Of course, I'm going Burst Fire 3 and then True Grit 3. He is just slightly better than Doug Holliday because he was able to get Burst Fire right away instead of the Quick Draw, so it gives him the extra burst potential. So he is a very common pick for sure. If you're Privateer against Musketeer, of course, you know that's why Privateers always destroy Musketeers. Even that's still very common. But still, there's not really any kind of Musketeer champion that can compete against him as long as he has protection on. And also team fights, when you're going against any kind of people who you expect to have either Nausicaa or Emmett, or of course if they're Bonnie Ann's, or if they have a Musketeer themselves, you can actually fortress your Bill Peacock, charge them at the team with tons of protection on, and you can just auto-attack the Musketeer character and just destroy him. You know, auto-attack Nausicaa or Chantal, Bonnie, whoever they have, and destroy them, and you can use them sort of as a charge companion, sort of similar to Nausicaa. And it's a strategy that was actually used commonly with people like Say Newell and Jeremy Nichols. Very effective, and I just do not see him used that much anymore. So I think he's definitely extremely underrated. So, I know this video's design and everything is horrible compared to other top 10 channel, like the pirate101 channels, but I still want to do videos sort of similar to that, just to see if y'all enjoy these type of videos, or if y'all want me to make more in the future. there's a lot of different ones I had ideas on. It's just that I'm not very good at making videos like these, just because I don't have the editing software, nor like to be able to add pictures and whatnot. So, do y'all enjoy these videos? Would y'all like to see more of these type of companion videos? Even with the format being horrible. I was just curious to see whether it be a video y'all be interested in. So anyways, that is the top 5 companions list of most underrated companions for PvP. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and once again, tell me if y'all would like to see more videos similar to this.